Good morning. How are you diddling? Excellent. Me too. Thank you very much for asking. Welcome to another episode, even easy for me to say, of Dazed, Confused, and Generally Buggered. Also, this is a roadwork special because the other day we had a jackhammer. This morning we have them drilling a hole, well, more than one hole in the road outside my bedroom window, which is where I'm broadcasting from. So enjoy that throughout the live broadcast today. As always, we are here to answer your questions about social media and video, and we're going to do our best to answer as many of them as we possibly can do. Sorry we're a little bit late this morning, but Max woke up late, which meant he had a good night's sleep, but then I had to tire him out even more while we were out playing. So we're here now, though. We're here ready for the live. We're here to answer your questions, or I'm here to answer your questions. So if you are out there right now watching and you have any questions about your brand and social media and video, then just drop them into the comments. Let me know who you are, where you are, what it is that you do. We'll do our best to answer as many of them as we possibly can do. And as always as well, the stream is open for you to come and join me and talk about your brand, talk about your business, get some free publicity, which, let's be honest, is pretty cool. And then you can come on here and we can talk about that and then go through some of your questions about social media as well. Something I'm going to talk about today, my specific subject matter is Instagram stories. But first of all, before any of that, how about I tell you who I am? I'm Simon Scholes, founder and creative director of Perception Studios, this company down here, and we're an award-winning visual marketing agency. We're based in the UK, and we help brands and businesses create social content, social media content that is around videos, animation, aerial work, photography, specifically anything visual, really, that will help your brand actually stand out on social media. So not just your average piece of content, but things like cinemagraphs, 3D GIFs, documentaries with a real creative flair to them, all that kind of stuff. Also, I step back from the company and I help you with your social media, try to help you understand what it is that you can do yourself for free. Because a couple of years ago, it became very obvious to me that a lot of brands, a lot of businesses, smaller businesses included, just didn't have the funds to necessarily pay for a load of content to be created, but they did own one of these, and all I wanted was them to use this thing and start creating content for free. So yeah, you don't need to have a huge team behind you to start creating content. That's basically what I've got to say. So I'm doing these broadcasts every single day, talking about different subject matters, but also answering your questions, whatever your questions might be, and answering as many of them as I possibly can do on each of the live streams. So let's have a quick look at the comments, see who's here already. Miles is here. Miles has joined us. How's your week been? And a happy 1st of May to you. Absolutely. I was about to go into that as well because it's a big thing. 1st of May, a rebirth, so to speak, a chance for you to rebirth your social media content. I know a lot of people just recently have kind of stopped creating, let alone actually creating more content. And this is a huge opportunity for you to get your brand out there right now. More people are on this consistently than ever before. People on furlough, probably on this and watching episodes of Diagnosis Murder. People who aren't off furlough, but going out for exercise and stuff like that with their family are taking this with them. You go out for your exercise, you see kids on the phones, you see the adults on the phones. And yeah, I think it's a huge opportunity for you and your brand and your business to get in front of more people. Miles has got a question for us. We'll go back to that in a second. Random question. I have some songs on your YouTube videos. I'm not sure how that means. Don't know if that's a question or a statement. We'll come back to that, Miles. But anyway, yeah, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask them. So shall we get started? Instagram stories is the subject matter of today. That's what I want to talk to you about. I think, well, Instagram and Instagram stories are really, really important for all brands and businesses. Doesn't matter what it is that you do. I think there's a visual aspect to everything, and you can make that visual aspect interesting, or you can make the content that goes below it interesting as well. But what's the difference between an Instagram story and just your general day-to-day Instagram feed? So the way I try to explain it to my clients is think of your Instagram feed as your brand. You want it to be not necessarily perfect, but you want it to be on brand. You want it to look how your brand looks. You want it to give the feel of how your brand feels. You want the wording of the description and all that kind of stuff to be specifically to your brand, because your brand is what you want to portray out to everybody on a regular basis. And if people are going to find your content, they may not necessarily find your Instagram stories first. They're more likely to find your Instagram profile first and scroll through it. And if it's a bit mishmashy, if it's a bit all over the place, if for example, I was working with a client once, and they had photographs of family, and then photographs of the products, and then photographs of a day out. And so it was almost like a kind of like a personal profile and a business profile, and it just all got a little bit confusing. So if you've got a brand, if you've got a business, 100% make sure that your brand has its own Instagram. You don't necessarily really want to muddle the two unless you are that kind of business. So if you have children and you're selling homemade children's toys, then there's no trouble in having your kids and your family on your Instagram feed, because that's kind of what your business entails. But if you're selling phones or phone cases, then why would you have a photograph of your child on a stream that is dedicated to phone cases? Have your own personal feed and have your own business feed. Separate the two. Don't really let the two mishmash in together on your feed. Try and keep your brand as separate as you possibly can do. It's nice to put those photographs on, and they probably perform better, but that's because friends and family are probably seeing them and liking them, and people do like to see photos of kids and children having fun and that kind of stuff. And that's where Instagram stories can come in, because basically the idea behind Instagram stories is really simple. It's to allow people to share moments throughout their day really quickly and easily. So, for example, I don't know if you've ever used an Instagram story on your feed at all, but I'm going to go onto my Instagram right now. There's my Instagram stories. I'm going to go like that, and I'm going to take a photograph of me and you guys, even though they can't really see you, but me and you doing the live right now. And then I can post that onto Instagram stories saying, live right now, chatting about Insta stories. Change the color of the ink so that people can see what it is saying. Tell them where I am. Always very important. Tell them where you are, because it just helps people when they're searching for stuff narrow it down a little bit. So if they're searching for things in the United Kingdom, yours is potentially going to pop up. And then also add in a hashtag as well. So hashtag live video. Done. Drop that there. I will also stick in the stay at home sticker, because no matter what was said yesterday in the press conference, I think we should all still be staying home. So there's my post ready to go out, and I just press send and share, and done. And that's out there right now. And that was me sharing a moment from my day. That was me sharing a moment on Instagram stories. So I truly believe it's really important for you to use Instagram stories more often, because, as I say, your stream, your brand wants to be on your main profile. That wants to look nicer. Like I say, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want your brand to show its way through your Instagram feed. When it comes to Instagram stories, they can be a bit more rough and ready. They are just moments from your day. They can be photographs. They can be videos. There can be GIFs, there can be all sorts of things, boomerangs. And a boomerang, if you don't know what that is, it's like a video but going backwards and forwards. It's almost like a GIF, but it's a specific tool that Instagram have invented called boomerang. Really cool. But it's just a really great way for you to get more content out there, but give that behind the scenes stuff. So the things where you wouldn't necessarily put them into your feed, you could drop those into your Instagram stories. You could say, me and the kids out today, and that would be absolutely fine. It wouldn't be an issue. You could post behind the scenes of your brand and behind of your business, and that would be absolutely fine. Excuse me. So use Instagram as your main feed. Use Instagram stories as that behind the scenes. Give that vlog feel to your content. Get people involved as well. There's polls on there. There's questions. So you can set up quizzes. Something I've been doing, and I haven't done it recently, and I should get back into the habit of it, is I've been doing quizzes on here. So you can just go to create, and it will give you a nice little colored background. You can change the color of the background if you want to with this button down here. I don't. And then there's a little smiley face at the top. And when you tap on him, it brings you up loads of different options of stuff that you can do. So you can do a mention of somebody or a hashtag. You can do a poll. You can do a slider review. So you can say, are you enjoying my content? Yes or no. And then yes is at one end and no is the other. And people can do a slider up and down that. You can do quizzes, which is what I was doing. You can just ask questions. There's so much stuff on there that you can do. It's really great fun. It's a superb little added extra to the app. And not only that, when you're creating content and people watch it, then you come off the top of their feed. That's fine, because when you create the next bit, you jump back to the top of the feed. There's no need for you to beat the algorithm. There's no need for you to be doing mega loads of hashtags and all that kind of stuff. That will help your content get seen. But actually, when you do stories, they just pop to the top of the feed. When you go to the top of the feed on Instagram right now, there's all the stories at the moment. Those are the people I know who've been doing them. So if I go into George's and watch his Instagram story, and I go through it, and yes, I've watched it all, and then I've got one from him as a close friend, so I won't show that one to you guys. But then if I come back out of stories and refresh, there we go, he's gone, and it's somebody else at the top instead, Diana, because she's just created another story. George will maybe create another story. He will jump to the top of the feed. It's that simple. So absolutely 100% look at doing Instagram stories. It's a really great extra tool. Allows you to put that behind the scenes feel into your content as well. So if you've got a brand that makes something, or brand that is all sorts of stuff, whatever, you can get it all into your Instagram stories. Keep your main feed for your branded content, keep it on brand, keep your descriptions on brand, and make your Instagram stories more fun, vlog style, behind the scenes. Give people that insight, that personal insight, because we live in a voyeuristic society. 100%. It's why TV shows like Love Island and Big Brother and all the other reality crap that there is out there do so well, because we are all voyeurs. We like to see what's happening behind the scenes. We like to see how people are when they're not necessarily in the public eye, or they don't feel like they're in the public eye. And that's why all these arguments flare up and all that kind of stuff. So start giving people essentially what they want, but in a way that's not going to affect your brand. So put them into Instagram stories, they'll last 24 hours, and then it's done, it's gone, it's out the window, and you move on to the next piece of content that you're going to create. And that's the same with Snapchat as well. It's kind of the same aspect to your content, but you can drop some branded stuff in there too. Anyway, right, shall we go to the questions? If you've got any questions about Instagram and Instagram stories, hopefully I've kind of explained it a little bit for you there. It's basically just brand on Instagram, brand on profile, and bit of behind the scenes stuff, and some brand on Instagram stories, but do the behind the scenes stuff on your Instagram stories. Don't mishmash the two if you can help it. Okay, if you've got any questions at all, no matter what stream you're watching on right now, drop them into the comments. I can see them scrolling down by my side here, and we'll answer as many of them as we possibly can. So whether you're on Twitch, Periscope, if you're on YouTube, Facebook, on the How to 9 Times Your Social Media group, or on the Perception Studios group, that's absolutely fine. Just ask any questions whatsoever. It doesn't have to be about Instagram or Instagram stories. You can ask any questions at all. The floor is open, and we'll answer as many of them as we possibly can do today. So let's have a quick look, because this one says it's from a Facebook user. I just want to check who the Facebook user is. So if I go to this group here, because I know this is exactly where they will have commented. Let's have a look. Oh, so it's from Scott Pugh. He's a friend of mine up in Scotland, if I memory serves me correctly. So Scott is asking, we're looking for an easy way to interview artists on Facebook Live. What's the best way to dual live with them? Okay, I can give you an example if you like, Scott, right now. How about you click this link coming to the screen right now. So if you click that link right there, I'm using a piece of software called StreamYard. And StreamYard, I think, is a brilliant way. And not only can you multiple stream, so you can do the 5 streams like I do and pay for that. You can do 2 streams and pay for that. Or you can do 1 stream and it's completely free. It will not cost you a penny. And so if you just want to do a Facebook Live on a specific group, but you want some of the extra bits and pieces like I've got that might come on the free version, then this is a really great way of doing it. So hopefully, Scott, is going to click the link that came up on the live stream. Hopefully you're going to do that. Hopefully it's popped up into the stream and you're able to see it, Scott. Fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. What I will also do is I will send it to you on Facebook as well as a message, because I know you just recently messaged me anyway. So here we go. So hopefully Scott is still watching, and I've sent it to him on a private message on Facebook. I just want to show him how easy it is to use a link and interview people, because he does a lot of work with radio stations. He runs some of his own radio services, that kind of thing. So hopefully Scott is going to pop up fairly soon. He's going to see this link that I've just sent to him, even though he said no link appeared. Fingers crossed he's seen it on his private chat. In the meantime, if you've got any questions, please do ask away. Let me know what your questions are in the comments, and we'll answer them as best as we possibly can this morning. Let's just take that off there. While we're waiting for Scott to see that link that I sent him on his private message on Facebook, don't forget you can join me right now on How to 9 Times Your Social Media in the group on Facebook. It's spelled like that, How to 9X Your Social Media. And once you've joined that, then you can download my book for free and all that kind of stuff. So let's give Scott, say hello to Scott. There you go, Scott. You see, this is how easy it is to invite on a live.
It's quite easy.
Yes, indeed. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Yes, not too bad. Well, we've got you here. We might as well have a chat. So how's lockdown treating you at the moment? Because you work in lots of different things. You've got obviously a normal full-time job, but you do a lot of stuff with radio, don't you?
Yes.
So did you want to explain a little bit behind that a bit more?
The radio stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So currently, everybody that presents a show is at home. They've got their own thing to do, whatever they can.
Yeah.
That seems to be working fine. So that's
brilliant.
The software's working well. The software's working fine. It's a bit buggy.
Obviously, you're wanting to do interviews with bands and stuff. Are you going to get them to do live stuff as well, or maybe have them talk to you live and then play recordings that they've done and that kind of stuff? Or
what we were going to do was we're actually going to do one tonight as well. So we're going to interview them before their song played on air.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
So speak with them for 10-15 minutes and then their song played.
Brilliant. Well, honestly, you can't go wrong with this piece of software. StreamYard. There's a link in my pants on Facebook. Go and check that out. It's like an affiliate link, but like I say, for one stream, it's completely free, so you don't have to pay a penny at all.
Yeah.
And that will go out. That will go on Facebook Live, and hopefully you'll get some value from it.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Any other questions you want to ask while I've got you here?
No. We're doing quite well following your wee guides on how to grow social media.
Brilliant, great stuff. That's what we like to hear. Grand, okie dokie. I'll let you shoot off and I'll watch the rest of the stream then.
No worries. Thanks.
Take care of yourself. Ta-da. Bye.
Bye.
There you go. But it's that easy. If you do fancy checking out StreamYard at all, like I say, there is a link in my pants, and feel free. Miles is asking, can we join the video? Absolutely. If you want to join the video and discuss anything about a brand, a business, ask any social media questions, you're more than welcome to come up on the stream. But we're not really here just for a brew and a chat, are we? Although I am drinking a brew at the moment. So let's have a look, see if we've got any questions coming from anywhere else at the moment. The guys from 11's Hour are joining us. Brilliant. Thank you very much for popping in. And hello to Anita as well. This is an interesting one. Okay. Rightio. So, okay. I'm just reading a question here. Asking what is the main purpose of Instagram, and this is coming from Carl. Okay, for a brand and for a business, the main purpose of Instagram is for you to share images that are obviously connected to your brand and to your business, and that's essentially it. whether you're selling a product or whether you're selling a service, I truly believe there's a way of you visually portraying that. And you can do that on Instagram really, really well, obviously. I think visuals, and it's been proven that visuals are the best way of portraying a product or a service across all social media. When people use social media channels, and I'm going to show you exactly what they do on Twitter, for example, you're on Twitter, and what you do is you just scroll until something captures your eye. What was that about? And then you click and you have a look. So you need to make your visuals eye-popping, a little bit eye-catching, draw people into what it is that you want them to have a read of. That one that I saw just then in green, which made me stop because it was a little bit more standouty than just a general product, and I'm kind of looking from behind, was for a school and some bits and pieces for a school. But you need to think about all your social media brands, not just Instagram, how you can use visuals to really draw people back into that content that you're creating. I've said this quite a lot in the past, but social media is very much a room full of people shouting. And especially at the moment, everybody is shouting. Everybody's shouting to be heard. Everybody wants their brand to be the one that you're buying from, because everybody is just in that situation at the moment where they don't know what's going on. They want to keep their business alive. And so everybody's shouting all the time. And if you're just putting out textual content, there's a very good chance that people are just going to scroll on by, especially on an app like Twitter, because people want the visual aspect to stop them and in their tracks and take a look, rather than actually just a load of text. Actually, these are all visuals now because I'm part of a specific hour that's going on at the moment. But a lot of the time, the Twitter feed is more textually based. It's not visually based. So you need to make content that is going to really stand out, because more and more people are cottoning on to the idea that visuals are a better way of drawing people into their content, be it on Facebook, be it on TikTok, even with your initial first frame, what picture you're going to use. Instagram, of course, very visual. Twitter, very visual, because it's mostly text. You can draw people in, all that kind of stuff. I think it's really important that you use visuals within your content, and that's why Instagram is such a powerful tool for a brand, for a business, because they are there looking for different things and looking for things to draw them in. And if you've got visually appealing content, be it a video, be it a GIF, be it a cinematograph, whatever it is on your Instagram feed, it will hopefully stop people in their tracks. They'll come and read the description that you've put in and make sure your description is interesting and draws them in, whether it's part of your blog content or particularly talking about a specific product that you do and the value that that product can give, rather than trying to sell it. Then you've really drawn people into your content, and so they then come through in front of your profile and so on and so forth, and hopefully become a member of your tribe and buy products and all that kind of stuff. We've got Miles who's just wanted to join us. Hopefully Miles is here to chat about something brand or social media wise or what have you. Hello Miles. How are you?
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. How's your day?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you, Simon. This one about you said about a couple of weeks ago about drones, all that stuff. I've looked at some drones on the market, and just wanted some ideas for just like, well, for like, can you attach other things as well for your other drones as well?
What I attach?
So you got your phone on your drones, all that stuff. Can you attach anything else or not?
Okay, so on my drone, I have the drone I use. It's got a built-in camera. So basically what happens is the drone connects to my phone, and I have an app on my phone. Let me see if I can find it quickly. There it is. I have an app on my phone called DJI Go, and it works. Where are we? There we are. And it works directly with my drone. When my drone's turned on, they have like a Wi-Fi signal between the two, and then I can see an image from the drone on here.
Okay.
And so then you can see exactly what it is that you're seeing. There are more expensive drones available on the market, which will allow you to carry a payload, so allow you to carry something underneath. And some of the older Phantoms as well, they allow you to use a special rig and put in a GoPro.
Okay.
So if you've already got a GoPro and you want to spend a little bit less money, look for something in the lower range of the Phantom series. So the Phantom 3 was the first one to have a built-in camera. the Phantom 3 standard, and then they go up in price and in quality, and obviously they've all got built-in cameras. So the Mavic's got a built-in camera, the Inspire's got built-in cameras, and you can buy other cameras for it. But the Phantom 2, it has the ability for you to attach a cradle and attach a GoPro. So that's kind of carrying a payload, or you can go quite high end and quite expensive. And I'm talking tens of thousands of pounds. I don't know what your budget is. But then you can carry really heavy cameras like Arris or Reds, or you can attach a payload like sometimes you maybe see an advert for Walker's Crisps, and a packet of Walker's Crisps being flown down the Thames and then delivered using a drone, that kind of thing. And obviously that's the kind of drones that Amazon are going to eventually use in the future, something that can carry a heavy payload because they want to be able to carry something. Generally, the cheaper drones aren't specifically built for it.
Well, I've got an old GoPro, so I need to look at new GoPros as well, because I've got the Hero Black, the old Hero 3, I think.
Oh yeah, I've got one of those. Yeah.
One of the old ones. But I might look at the old, the Hero 7 or Hero 8, I think, the new one.
And they're very affordable cameras as well now. Back in the day when you first bought a GoPro, when they first came out, they were a few £100, three or £400. Now actually they're a lot more affordable. They're a lot more sensible priced, and they're such good quality. The microphones are really good on them. The actual aspect ratios are really good. The color grading on them before you even start is incredible. So they're well worth looking at. Obviously, then the newer ones might not work with the Phantom 2, because the Phantom 2 is a really old drone. So it's made for like the Hero 3, like you've got, which comes in a plastic case.
Yes.
So it's made specifically for that kind of camera, rather than the new ones, which are just like the box, and it comes in its own waterproof casing. Effectively, it is waterproofed on its own right.
Yeah, because I use GoPro footage like for all my content. So like I go skiing every year and it uses that stuff. So it's just good for my skiing helmets, that stuff. So keep quality of that stuff. But I only went skiing once this year. I couldn't go twice this year because of all this lockdown stuff. Yeah,
it's fun and games, isn't it? It's fun and games. But how are you dealing with the lockdown? Are you getting on all right with it?
Yeah, I'm fine,
as best as you can.
Yeah, I'm keeping my running going, going.
Brilliant.
Because I was signed up for the London Marathon and it's been postponed until October. So I'm trying to keep my miles up, because it's not fun running in the heat in the summer now, isn't it?
No, definitely not.
So I've got to look for an indoor trainer to go in the garage, I think.
Cool. Well, I'm going to let you shoot off, but thank you very much for joining us, Miles, and I hope that kind of helps you a little bit with the drones.
Yeah, I will do. Thank you. And keep your contact going, Simon. And I'll keep you watching on your YouTube channels as well.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us, Miles. Take care.
Thank you, Simon. Cheers, Simon.
Bye.
Bye, mate.
There you go. Easy as that. If you want to come and join me on the stream, feel free. Ask any questions at all. I'll do my best to answer them if I can. Obviously, I do run a visual agency, so asking questions about cameras or drones, as I am a qualified drone permissioned pilot, whatever you'd like to call me, feel free. And we'll do our best to answer as many of them as we can. And also, as well, if you are a little bit shy, you don't want to stick your hand in the air or be part of the stream, you can email me a question. It's scrolling along the bottom right there, right now, simons@perceptionstudios.co.uk. Or if you're watching on the replay, feel free, still on the replay, to email me your questions, or to drop me a live comment right now, and we'll do our best to answer them. And if you are watching on the replay, leave me a comment anyway, and we'll do our best to answer the question tomorrow on the live stream. Okay, I think we're almost there. We've been going for half an hour. The questions have gone a little quiet now for today, but hopefully you got some value from it. Hopefully you understand a little bit more now about Instagram and Instagram stories, the importance of Instagram stories. I truly believe, honestly, if you start creating some regular content on your Instagram stories, it could make a big difference to your brand, giving that behind the scenes human element, breaking down that barrier. If you are an accountancy firm, people will always look at you as accountants. But if there's something fun happening in the office, or you've got a cake bake day, or you're all doing stuff on a Zoom call at the moment, or whatever it might be, I know there's a lot of people creating this content, but not necessarily the people who are your followers. They might not have seen this content before. You might have done, but they may not. So post like bake competitions that you're holding on Zoom. Take photos or small videos of content that you're putting onto Zoom, and like pub quizzes and stuff like that, and put those onto Instagram stories. Show that behind the scenes. Show that your business is in the same position as everybody else, and that we're all going through this together. Hopefully we are. We're all going to be dealing with it in different ways, but we're all in this situation together. The situation we're all in is exactly the same, but we're all going to deal with it in a completely different way. So any content that you can create that might help people just smile and liven up a little bit absolutely is 100% worth you creating, isn't it? It's worth you posting onto an Instagram story. Just another quick question that came through earlier, which I forgot to answer from Miles, asking, how do you do a live video on Instagram? Okay, so it's not something I do during my lives because I need my phone during the live, but basically it's underneath Instagram stories. So there we go. You go to your camera in the top hand corner. That's opened up Instagram stories. Across the bottom, can you see? It says normal right there. It also says boomerang, which is the other thing I mentioned. If I scroll off to the left, all the way to the left, right there, it says live. That's it. It's way more simple than even something like Facebook, because you don't have to give it a title. You don't have to set it up on a landscape view because it's an Instagram story, so it goes up in a portrait. And that's it. That's all you've got to do. And then you just press go, and off you go. And you are live, and you are talking to your audience. In fact, I might do an Instagram live later on today, but that's how you go live on Instagram. And that's how quite a lot of people who are using StreamYard, because unfortunately StreamYard doesn't take streams from Instagram. It's not capable of doing it. So what a lot of people are doing is getting somebody else to go live on their account while filming the screen while they're live on StreamYard. So if you wanting to go live while you're doing lives across all your other platforms on StreamYard, and you want to go on Instagram stories, feel free. It's dead simple. That's how you do it. Knocking my microphone all around. Anyway, right. I'm going to go. I've got work to do, and I'm sure you guys have as well. So until tomorrow, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you are interested at all, you can sponsor Dazed, Confused, and Generally Buggered. This spot right here in the top corner where it says Powered by StreamYard could be your logo. And at the start of every show, I will do a small script talking about your brand, your business, and getting it out to the entire audience who watch this over an entire 7 days and onwards as well. Because let's face it, the content is going to sit there forever. So your brand will be on my content forever. But you can sponsor the podcast, you can sponsor Dazed, Confused, and Generally Buggered, and all the content that comes out of this live video every single day, which is around about 10, 15 pieces of content every single day just from this live video, because that's the content I've got time to make. Then all you've got to do is either drop me an email on the email below, or drop me a DM on the channel that you're watching on. It's £35 for a full 7 days. So £5 a day, and that gets you all the content that I create, and your name is on all of that content. So if you're interested, get in touch. See if you can get your brand, your business, your YouTube channel, whatever, out there a little bit further to more people. Anyway, until tomorrow, thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of the 1st of May. I think today is meant to be a big fertility day as well, isn't it? So, yeah, enjoy that one. Have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.